The Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro offers a camera setup with 50 times zoom range, so we've got it up against the periscope king, the Huawei P30 Pro. The P30 Pro is the last Huawei flagship phone with Google services, and right now soon to be replaced with the brand new P40 series, which means this phone right now is incredible value. So how does the brand new Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro with the brand new flagship processor fare against the almost 1 year old Huawei flagship? Both recording in 4K for video. The biggest difference between the phones is that I think the Huawei allows the image to appear slightly more natural and real to what it was capturing actually on the scene. Whereas the Xiaomi tends to process the image a little bit more and make it appear even more vibrant than it actually was in real life. I noticed that the Huawei phone is absolutely okay with leaving some dark areas in the image, whereas Xiaomi tend to brighten everything up, including the dark areas. There's no right or wrong in this situation, it's just which one you prefer and which one Xiaomi and Huawei prefer. This illustrates my point perfectly. Xiaomi are brightening up all of those dark areas. Normal mode and night mode do have some differences though. This is normal mode. Switching to night mode, the phones actually become very similar indeed. The phones also react to the scene in general, so if there are light and dark areas, Huawei is happy to leave the dark areas dark. But if the entire scene is dark, the Huawei will boost the image, very similar to what Xiaomi does. So let's put these zooms to the test. Actually, the Huawei has a 10x zoom button, which is quite convenient. In the camera app, the Xiaomi stops at 5x, but of course you can just zoom through on the slider to 10x too. The Xiaomi doesn't use a periscope zoom, whereas the P30 Pro does, but it doesn't really matter what hardware you're using, it matters about the results. So this is the main going through to 5x. And Xiaomi say anything up to 10x zoom, which we see here is lossless. But then moving on, for example, to 20x, we're seeing a lot of blur enter into both of the images. Further into 30x, the parking sign appears just too far away for the text to be read, and maxing out at 50 times zoom. So really anything past 10, 20 times is almost unusable. But into 10 times, like you see here, both of the phones offer some really good results. When it comes to video, just notice the HDR. I would say that the Xiaomi colors again are a little bit more vibrant than the Huawei's. But apart from a difference in color, actually the quality, the resolution is very good on both phones. Stabilization is also very good off the back camera on both phones. The Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro does offer an 8K mode, but there's no stabilization in that. So it's very difficult to recommend ever shooting in that unless you're putting it on a tripod or maybe on a gimbal. But 99% of people, when they use their phone, are just going to point and shoot. I actually think the Mi 10 Pro handles itself extremely well when it comes to dynamic range for video. Its colors definitely are more vibrant, and a lot of people may like that over the more natural colors of the Huawei. And actually, I was quite surprised at the low light capabilities of the Xiaomi, especially when compared to a Huawei, which are known for their low light imagery. So let's compare them. Whereas usually the Xiaomi boosts the image to make it brighter, actually when it comes to dark images and nighttime images, it seems like the roles have been reversed and Huawei is trying to brighten up everything, whereas Xiaomi is going for a much more contrasty look. The night mode on the Huawei, especially in photo, is really great, really putting out a bright image. But there's something about that Xiaomi that's just giving a really contrasty look, which I think is a little bit more striking, definitely in these tests and these photos and videos. This may be down to the lenses that Xiaomi are using, and it could be down to the new Snapdragon 865 and its image processing power. But this is how Xiaomi does tend to handle night mode. Its night mode shots, especially in photo, are contrasty. The difference between these phones is very small, so actually I'm looking forward to see what the P40 series is going to bring and see how close the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro gets to those. Subscribe for all the latest tech news and videos. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.